No, I think we need obviously all the same social privileges between both. We're equal in that regard. It's just that what's happened is since women have entered the workforce and make their own money, they don't need men.
They become masculine, and that's not
But
right.
the other thing too is that, let's be honest, most women don't like most men.
Yeah,
that's really what it comes down
women
to.
are rejecting like most men that come at them.
Yeah. So like it used to be where like girls used to, deal with guys because it was a necessity, but nowadays they don't need to because they make their own money. I'll put it this way. Like I always look at women look at men like men look at jobs, right? So men look at jobs of, okay, I need to do this. It's a means to an end. And most guys don't like their jobs, but they deal with it because it gets them where they need to go. And they're willing to leave that job to find a better job if it gives them more money, more benefits. Women are the same way with men. Hey, I don't really want to work, but it's a means to an end, and I'll take this job. But if a better one comes along, I'll take that job with the better benefits. And they're willing to move on. That's why women initiate breakups, because a better job came along, aka a better guy. So that's kind of the way I look at it. But since women don't like most men, they're not going to deal with most men. So a lot of guys is like, damn, I'm an average guy, right? I'm like a 5 or a 6. I can't even attract a girl on my level because she's dating guys that are 6, 7, 8, and 9s. So I got to go somewhere where it's more even. And a lot of times to be even, you got to go to like a Brazil, Romania, Ukraine. These are places that used to go.
Walk the dirt roads.
Well, not necessarily.
To the
like,
city.
Like a lot of these countries aren't like that poor. It's just that the women have different values.
They were raised different.
Yeah.
I agree, because I don't like how Americans act.
Yeah.
You might as
really
well call them niggas Captain Save-A-Hoe then.
Well, I will say this though. Ultimately, at the end of the day, when they do leave America to go wherever they go, like Colombia, you guys don't care. I mean, you're still here.
Yeah, that's why we tell people.
Yeah, they don't care.
A lot of guys on this side of the internet tell us like, oh yeah, bro, like we're gonna stick it back to these women, passport bros. And I'm like, bro, they don't give a fuck that y'all niggas are leaving. They don't care because most women don't care about most men. Period.
I don't even know what that life is miserable. I really don't care.
That's miserable as fuck. Who the fuck want to be? Oh,
because the girls over here,
the girls are better, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When we were in Romania, the girls were way better.
They're the same.
Quiet, like
you're
petite, like you know,
I ain't even gonna cap. Like other places, the girls are better, but the thing is
friendly. They smile.
Where have you been? Where your bitches have been real top tier? Where have you been?
When I went to Romania, that opened my eyes.
Like, okay, what are those women like?
Well, for one, they're not loud. They're not obnoxious. They don't interrupt. They don't interject. They just have more feminine. They'll like without you asking, they'll like clean the place up.
They have
you know what I mean?
Less bodies, and like let's say for example, they're dating one person. They don't go to the next person. Okay, let me see what he's like. Or he's like.
They embrace their femininity.
Yeah, they one person at a time.
They take great care in appearing a certain way. Making sure that their appearances are up to par. When they're another big thing I notice is if like you bring them in public, they don't talk when you're with other guys. They'll be quiet. They don't really speak unless they're spoken to, because they don't want to embarrass you. So just like little things like that like American girls really like don't do.
I try to
but back to this. Those are the ones that they get cheated on.
Yeah, when I have done things like that, like I have men test me, they're like, what was I just talking about? I'm like, oh, I don't listen when men talk. They're like, oh, you passed.
But ladies, did I not say earlier that men are going to cheat regardless most of the time?
But those are the ones that get a ring, they get a house, and they get a car and a baby. And
they're gonna get cheated on with the broke dude.
That's why I don't care about the other girls, because I already know what I bring to the table as a wife. Would you rather cry in a
Rolls Royce or Toyota Corolla? It's just like, for example, they may get cheated on, but they get the lifestyle too that they want.
It's just a different thing. Like when I deal with American girls, I have to approach it a certain way. When I deal with foreign girls, I approach it a different way. Like there's differences between the two,
and
demographics.
What's the difference? How do you?
It's hard for us to be ladylike here, though. It's very hard.
What's the difference? For example, how you deal with an American woman? How you approach
with American girls? You have to check them more.
Yeah.
You have to tell them like that's not acceptable or whatever. Like you have to correct bad behavior more often.
Yeah.
And like and that's the unfortunate reality. Is like as a man, you have to have your masculinity on point with American girls, because you have to let them know this behavior isn't acceptable. Blah blah blah. You have to be far more willing to defend your boundaries with American girls, because American girls just tend to have more bad habits that aren't ladylike, and if you tolerate it, they'll lose respect for you and eventually leave you.
Yeah.
Versus if you tell them, yo, this is not cool, don't do that. They'll be like, they might at the moment they're like, but at the end they'll respect you, and that's what turns girls on. A guy that can tell them no.